and now we see Noodle trying to keep Zagatar from getting this little bit of cart
Oh, Trisky can find Zerachi!
Trisky finding Zerachi. Chimorin coming through the building, able to take down Zagatar. Pyojun on the cart all alone. The Captive Sun from Skybeam. And Noodle taking down Trisky. Skybeam and Noodle putting it to work. Pyojun nanoed up here. Does not pop the blade, but doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. Pyojun so low, having to play safe around to self-destruct. But Saga! Wait, Pyojun is pancake! No way, man! Oh my goodness. We see the pylon thrown on cart. Yeah, that's unlucky, but I mean, we see that Pacfellows, they're starting to get ready for this fight once again. Nano on the blade. Here is the blade. Trisky falls. Joe Bidonk falls. And now, without the dash to get any more, won't find any more.
It's a 2v3.
Taking down Pyojun. Zagatar taking out the Iari. Can we find the D-Mech on to Sammy? The answer is yes, indeed. Pyojun opting to switch off of the Genji on to the Echo. Sammy just running back into spawn. Switching to the Winston and not going back to Devo.
Okay, so Trisky has Captive Sun right here. 30 seconds for the last fight to just tap in, and whoever wins, wins, right? But Trisky with the Sun just makes it so that Sammy has a lot of pressure onto the backline. If you get bubbled and stunned at the same time, there's no way that you're surviving. And Echo, they have no answer for Echo here unless Skybeam and Sriracha are able to land their shots on them, which I do believe that they will be able to do so. A Pulse Bomb goes out, and Sammy, they need to play fast. 15 seconds.
Trisky able to stay alive there. Somehow or another. We see the Captive Sun here. Saga wants it. Zagatar. Saga eats it. Zagatar finds the first pick though. Antied is Pyojun able to get away. Pyojun blows himself up, but they're going to cap. No, we see Saga. Saga is returned. This is dangerous though. Zerachi very low, trying to keep the Diva in the mech. Zagatar and Trisky taking down Chimorin and Zerachi respectively, and this is going the distance. 1.5 minutes on the clock for everything.
The only bad thing here for a set of Pacfellows is that they don't have the blade yet, but other than that, their game plan is just looking extremely solid. They have the Sun from the set of Skybeam, and in this patch, we have to remember, Sun goes through bubbles, so they have no real answer for Skybeam Sun, right? And Sammy, they are about to have the Primal, so this is just a slow fight. 1 minute, Fletch. 1 minute before Plague Doctors is eliminated, or they keep the run going. But one thing is sure, and this is going to be a tough fight to win.
We see the Captive Sun out from Skybeam. I think it hit someone down there. I didn't quite see who, but Chimorin taking down Pyojun. The Echo gone, and there's only 45 seconds. Sammy falls. Saga, they still able to fly away. I mean, this is looking dire for Plague Doctors, but they have a bunch of ultimates here.
They have a fight here, but they are going against the Nano Blade, and they have no Nano Blade of their own. That was the one check that they had, right? They have the rally from set of Joe Biden, which can absolutely keep them up, but it has to be perfect. If Noodle gets more than 2 picks, it's going to be over for them. Pyojun gets low, but the copy's about to come in. The Primal gets off, and this is 10 seconds. Last fight, Fletch.
Chimorin's Pulse Bomb comes out. Sammy.
Sammy gets Rachi.
That is the on. Trisky finds the Captive Sun onto the counterpart. Skybeam falls. Now Trisky out of the fight. Pulse Bomb on the Saga as Zagatar able to find the pick on it to the Diva.
Sammy gets Chimorin.
And that is going to be Plague Doctors taking Dorado. We're going to map 3. Coliseo or nothing. Let's get it. This match has been absolutely everything we wanted from it and more. Oh my God.
It's just the Overwatch action. It's regular season, but it feels like finals. You'll have to see it. Look at Noodle here. He needs no play to make work with it. Some stellar Genji gameplay right here, right? And I just want to say, tons and tons of props to Joe Biden, because that whole fight hinged on the question, is Noodle going to get 2? Noodle just had to get 2, right? But then Joe Biden has the stun, they have the rally, and they're able to find Trisky, but towards the end, there's just no more resources. Sammy's in your backline, jumping and booping everyone around with that beautiful, beautiful primal. And at the end, the Plague Doctors is able to get the best out of Pacfellows. And look at the score on the maps right now. 1-2, 3-2. This is such a close game. Noodle, look at these blades, and Pyojin, he's not left behind. Like in this match, everyone's matched perfectly to each other. Sammy and Saga have been absolutely terrorizing the backline. Noodle and Pyojin excellent Genji gameplay with those nanos. And the backlines on both sides extremely solid. They don't die for any sort of reason. It's just neck to neck, the kind of match that you'll love to see, Fletch.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely a banger match. We see here is where Trisky was able to take the duel with Noodle. And you said this is the regular season finale for these teams, but that it's not be their mentality. This is the playoffs in week 5 here. I mean, they lose and they're done. Whoa!
Oh,
so clean. Oh my god! I mean, both of these teams. I mean, use at the end of Riot. This is like the end of, you know, both teams are fighting, and both teams will not quit or give up or fall over. They just keep fighting, and this is the peak of competitive Overwatch. It may not be the Overwatch League, it may not even be contenders, but this is competition at its purest, and you just absolutely love watching this kind of passion for the game, and it's filling me up with the happiest that I can possibly be. Like, I am so thoroughly glad that it was me that got to sit here and cast this absolutely magnum opus of an Overwatch match. Who cares if it's just a best of 3? This is perfect Overwatch gameplay.
Right, and I do want to say I feel the same way. I absolutely love the people on Plague Doctors. Super nice fellows. Ryan, excellent captain. I've screamed with them. I warmed them up, and I just can say I don't want any of these teams to go Flesh. Not even only Plague Doctors and Pacfellows, right? We've been playing for a month together, growing, learning the game, and when it is time to see one of them go, just don't know who to root for, right? Fletch, it's so tough. But what we do know is that we're going into our third map. And our third map, as you well mentioned, is going to be Colosseo. Colosseo, I don't think there's a more perfect map to play, right, Fletch? It's all about the speed, all about the Ramacha, all about those fights that keep going and going and going. What is also going to happen is that Plague Doctors have a couple of switches coming in. David one in for Pyojin. Pyojin did excellent work on the Genji. Their work is done over here. And now that there's no more dive, David 1 might be the perfect option with the Reaper, with the Junkrat, and Ryan in for Sakachar, which means that we're going to see a lot of Hanzo. And if that Antarctic game told you something, is that Ryan is someone to fear on the bow character. Beam Garden is also in for Skybeam on the side of Pacfellows, which means Lucio. A lot of Lucio, excellent Lucio. Take out your notepad if you're a main support player, because you're about to learn. Last match here, Fletch, and I don't know who to root for. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You know what? I'm not rooting for either team. I just want to see one more banger map. And, you know, we are headed to Colosseo. I mean, a historic map in its own right here in the even in the early days of Overwatch 2, where the first champions of the Overwatch League were crowned in the Dallas Fuel. I mean, what better way to end this series than with this absolutely incredible map here, you know?
Right, and I do want to say as well, it's like they haven't switched out the BPL sign here on the side of Pacfellows, right? They kept Noodle in, which means that we're trusting the Genji. The Genji is about to pop off. I do know Noodle also is a really consistent. Really consistent tracer player. They play the soldier, they play the Reaper. They can play anything that you want them and more. Right, so definitely not something to be doubting over. Like, oh, is Noodle the pick here? Is Noodle going to do good? You know that they are going to. And Fletch, these rosters are more than ready. You're locked in, because whoever loses, it's out of BPL Season 5, and It's been a long time. You don't want to go. You've made some friends on your team. You've been improving, fighting, doing your best. And Pacfellows looking for their first win here. And what better place to get it, Fletch, when it matters the most? When you're about to get eliminated, right? So, Plague Doctors, Pacfellows, Colosseo, we're locking in. And I'm expecting to see the Rush. Ramatra, the Reinhardt, those kinds of tanks that are just able to go in and absolutely decimate everything in their way. Beautiful map here on side of Colosseo. Thank you to our observing team. A lot of talk going on match chat, but what is going on as well is that Sammy is on the Orisa, Trisky on the Ilaria, and Pacfellows. I don't know if they want to walk out on that, but let them cook.
I mean, I am super excited to see what they're going to end up coming out with. If it's the yeah, it's the Ramatra. They're gonna go on to the Ramatra beam, hovering the Lifeweaver, of course, and not going to come out with it. I mean, a very traditional composition here. Bap, Lucio, May, Sojourn, Ramatra, and then Plague Doctors headed back, but made them look excellent on our first map.
Oh,
and Rianne starting it off with a pick onto Beam.
What is
absolutely
this?
Not ready to let go. Had to leave for a map, but already making a difference, coming back in, and Pacfellows already gone.
The captain is holding on for dear life. Ryan is like, this is my team, I make it too!
Zerachi falls, and now Plague Doctors not opting to press the issue here, but this bot is already moving so far. I mean, that is absolutely worst case scenario for Pacfellows. The spear does hit Noodle, and David One once again throwing up those grenades, just spamming it, and Noodle
Saga's
going to find the pick onto Rianne, but David One taking down Saga. Now David One a little more confident. David One finding Beam. Now it is just Chimoran left on the bot, and David One with 3. Can he make it 4? Noodle so very low, but sends Sammy going to clean it up, and Pacfellows are probably going to capture the objective here with after 2 minutes.
And they have ultimates already coming up. Pacfellows chooses to switch over to the Jungle Queen, but I don't know how this is any better. They get burned. Saga's down, Ryan. They are on fire today. They don't want to let go, Fletch. This is their game. They took the waist off. They are more than ready to keep going. Trisky, this is some unstoppable momentum right here, Fletch.
Saga getting that quick spawn because Plague Doctors did hit the butt scratch, and now we're building up to a couple of ultimates for Pacfellows. David One again! Beam falls for a 3rd time! Rianne throwing out the Dragon Strike. Chimoran able to take out David One finally. And now it has to be a push here for Pacfellows before it gets too out of hand. Immortality Field out for Pacfellows. Trisky in the back line. Immortality Field able to keep Joe by Dunk alive, and Noodle able to take out Rianne. But Sammy and Rianne, Sammy finds 2. Saga able to clean up Trisky, but I mean, they're still pushing the bot. It is Joe by Dunk and David One. Oh my goodness! Now David One has returned to the frame, has the rip tire. This has just been non-stop, very few actual team fights. Now David One wants this rip tire.
So much damage.
Going to jump in onto the bridge. Plague Doctors backing up off the cart. The Chimoran falls, Beam popping. They popped 3 ults. Noodle able to find Joe by Dunk with the overclock. Noodle finds a 2nd. Saga cleans up David One, but Rianne finds another pick. They're bringing the bot back. They're gonna get an extra meter out of that. Sammy by himself able to get an extra 2 or 3 meters on the board, and this has been an absolute dominant performance here for Plague Doctors thus far.
It's just 122 meters, and Beam has now decided to switch onto the Zenyatta, which Bap Zenyatta, ultra offensive backline. This is their last trick pledge. They are playing to burn Sammy. Make Sammy get tilted because you're about to get so much damage coming your way. Thanks to that Discord Orb, and Saga chooses to jump to the Orisa. Beautiful window from Joe Biden denying the space, and 122 meters. I don't know how you come back, but if I've played enough Overwatch pledge, is that legends are made on push. The biggest comebacks of all time happen here, and this could be one of those.
We see the Blizzard in the pocket of Chimoran. They have not gotten rid of that close bomb. Oh, Rian! Another first pick!
Rian!
The Blizzard out! Is it gonna freeze anybody? No! Blizzard does not find
Trisky.
anything! Trisky taking down Zerachi. Saga able to take down Rian. But David One and Joe Biden clean it up, and the bot is running, jogging, absolutely sprinting back to the barrier.
Oh no, Chimoran has chosen to switch onto the choice there. This is good news. Joe Biden and Trisky now don't get to have the space for free. They need to deal with Chimoran, but now that he's on Hanzo, we're aiming for the headshots right here, but Rian has been on fire, and I don't know how hard it will be to diff them on the Hanzo. The Dragon is ready, the Terra Search is here, and the Sun will be their death sentence if they are not careful here.
Yeah, we do see the Dragon take the Saga locked in a duel with Sammy. Zerachi taking it down, putting out the window. The captive Sun out from Trisky, but Trisky and David One. Timoran finds the pick on Rian, but two in turn for the Plague Doctors. Now edging ever closer to
the Terra Surge
victory. Timoran taking down David One. Saga on the Doom. Timoran falls. Sammy with two.
No,
Trisky with a headshot onto Noodle. I'm speechless, and Plague Doctors are headed to the playoffs. Oh my God, a state win here for the Plague Doctors. They're not done yet. Their season will continue into the playoffs coming very, very soon, and they want you to know.
Oh, and even with plays like this, even with Noodle just absolutely popping off, it's just so bad. It's just Pacfellows, they make it so far. They get to the second place in the tournament, in the kickoff tournament, and it looks like they're about to get it. But then Ryan and David One, they show up and show out. Those headshots at the beginning were beautiful, and just David One on the Junket, it's a masterclass on how to play offense. Pacfellows, they go down. They get full Captain Fletch. They are out. No more BPL Season 5.
And you know what? They may have gotten rolled over on Coliseo, but, you know, I don't want them to go into their off season with that on their mind. And of course, it will always be on their mind how this season ended for them. But I want them to consider the fact that I mean, in the future, they know that they can be better, and I know that they can be better, and I am looking forward to seeing what these players are going to do in the future. But as for the Plague Doctors, lost a map. They're gonna take the 5th seed in the 5th seed for our first group in the playoffs here. B Group 1 is now done and dusted as far as the seeding goes. Starstruck, obviously being very, very good thus far this season, has another match to go. Interstellar with the 2nd seed at 4-1. Goko, Demo Drivers, and Gummy Ship at 2-2 and 2-3. And, you know, once again, Plague Doctors, congratulations to them for being able to come back and absolutely show that they deserve to be in our Season 5 playoffs.
Right, and as much as I would like to talk all day about these standings right now, they are locked in, and this is looking like our first part of Group B. Doko Demo Drivers and qualifiers 1 round. The same goes for Gumi Ship and Fermata. Looking so solid on Group B. Look at that. They're ready for round 2. Plague Doctors finds their place onto the playoffs in a really, really close game. And one thing I do want to say, Fletch, although we can talk about the future and what's about to happen later, we have something more important to do. we have an exit interview with all of the members of the Pacfellows. They are all here, tell us their thoughts about the games, and sad to see them go, but at least we get to talk to them and see what happened. And here we are, all of our Pacfellows team members.
Never back down, never give up.
Never back down, never what? And you know what? You know what? Hey, y'all didn't back down or give up. I'm just gonna say that. What an absolute joy of a match to have watched. Y'all fought to the very, very end. And you know what? This season, you know, it might be over, but I want to know, how are y'all feeling? What do y'all think about for the future here?
For the future, I don't know. It's so over. Pacfellows, bros. It's so over.
Pacfellows are dead.
Billions to must waka waka.
Was fellows. GG's.
You know what? It's keep going.
I think it was fun. I joined the team like before our last game, so I played 2 games, and yeah, it was like me, Beam, and Juice joined, and then obviously we had the other people. I thought it was fun. We got our 2 map wins out of the 6. I'll take that. They were pretty close maps except for the last one, which, I mean, it happens, whatever. But it was fun. It was fun playing with everybody. It was fun playing in BPL.
Not you, Saga, on the webcam. Who is that?
No, that's Poofa.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I wanted to joke about.
Now we all become Poofa.
yeah.
Poofa was a secret member on the team, you know?
Yeah.
I want to ask though, like, how was it? You know, because we know Pacfellows had a bit of a rough start at the beginning. Basically, this roster that we have right here, everyone knows it's definitely not the same. Like, the beginning of the season, you had like Shim, sorry. You have Shim, you have, I think it was Creamer, for example, and then you have all of these switches. But like, how did you guys mesh together, right? Like, it's mid-season, you're like getting like a ton of new members. But how did it feel? That was the chemistry of the team good? You know?
I mean, I didn't play with Corey, but like I played enough with him. He's my friend, and I played with Beam also before, so like I knew those 3 people those 2 people when I joined, and then I knew Chimwern before. So hi Chimwern. But yeah, I feel like most of us gelled together. Let's say that we were chill. We were in like to win, but we were in to like chill also, like for the vibes.
Yeah.
Right, and you know, it's absolutely respectable.
Yeah.
You guys stuck it out, and I do like to see, you know, none of those teams that just backs down and they're like, you know, we lost, GG's, go next. You guys play it out and have a really good showing, but towards the end, you know, maybe a couple of things happening, a couple of mistakes that cost the game, but that's absolutely fine. I do want to say, as we go out, both, you know, staying members like Chimon and Noodle, or the new members, any closing thoughts? You know, how was it playing on the Pacfellows with your fellow teammates? You're all here, so just in general, what were your thoughts as you played in BPL, you know, Season 5?
Well,
Yeah, you go ahead and then I'll go.
Okay, for the 2 games we played, it was fun. We got a map of Interstellar, which are like one of the best teams. So like, wow, that was unexpected. Then we kept it close against Plague Doctors, which are not a bad team. I feel like a lot of like they were in the fucking group of death, so that's why they didn't win that much.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's not cope, it's just how it is. I joined the team, and then I think the day after I joined the team, they introduced this patch that just ruined my life. This patch sucks. I don't like playing this patch. I think maybe we would have won 1 game if it wasn't on this patch, but either way, I mean, it was kind of still an uphill battle with, you know, all the stuff, like new people joining, but I thought it was really fun. I am kind of like transitioning to playing tank from main support, and I think that that's another problem that I had, because I had to go from the meta that I was practicing like for my first time being on tank and then play on something new. But I'm convinced that Blizzard did that against me. Like they saw the potential. Like you saw my RAM on map 1. They want to keep that from the rest of the league, and I don't blame them.
Unironically, like also like me, I'm a tank player and I'm playing DPS. Corey's like the main support that's playing tank.
I mean, it was always going to be tough, right? You two last games, and then you just put in a whole new roster, winless team. It was gonna be like a very hard uphill battle, but we all tried our best, and that's all I can say. And I definitely had the funnest I've had in BPL this match. Even though we lost and even though we got eliminated, I had the time of my life on Antarctica, and that's all I can hope for. And I hope I can play more in the future. Especially, I hope I can play again with Saga, with Shim, with Zerachi, if you're out there. And I just, want to thank everybody who helped us when this whole team is trying to fall apart, finding scrims with Kevin or Baka, Yabby for always coaching me, Evan Starr, a lot of the people in Hext. I just want to thank a ton of people, some people from DDD for Ivy for helping us warm up today, and a lot of people who showed up. And I mean, just keeping this from just becoming a miserable experience for me, and just helping out and trying our best. And I mean, that's all I can say is that I really did enjoy this match. And I hope that everyone enjoyed it too. And I mean, that's all I gotta say. Leaving this is I hope I get to play with you guys again.
You thanked everyone except me. That's crazy.
And Juicebox.
It owned.
There's I was literally gonna keep going, and I don't want to be here forever.
Yeah.
There is literally a whole bunch of people from BPL just came down and be like, listen, you guys are in a rough shit spot. I just want you guys to just help out with there's just so many people. There's just so many people that just reached out, try to help us with scrims, with coaching for me, just going through the at 6 a.m. Judge also was helping me out, and just Juicebox for showing up every time and being there. And I, you say when you bring yourself down, I want to say no, you're doing fine. It's a rough situation, and if we had enough time, this team would definitely be winning.
I bring myself down because it's 2 a.m. and I want to die.
Yeah, that is true.
Unlucky.
But yeah, that's all I want to say. I had fun, and I hope I get to play with you guys again in the future.
Sam.
Once again, it is unfortunate. We are going to have to say goodbye to the Pacfellows after such a hard-fought match, and I just want to say that I, for one, absolutely. You can go back in the VOD, and I was absolutely gushing about how much fun this match was to cast, and I mean, I know Biscuit feels the same, and I'm sure most of the people that watched it feel the same, and I want y'all to keep y'all's heads held high and look forward, and I hope that I will actually get to see y'all back on the game here in the future. So I mean, good luck in the future, y'all.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate
Great
it.
game. Great game.
Yo.
Cut it out. Now.
I had some
Bye,
extra
BPL. Love you.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Good night. Good night, BPL.
Well,
And
it's so bad,
Now-
right, Fletch?
yeah, it hurts. I've been in the situation before where, I mean, it hurts. I not only do I hate losing in important situations when I know that I can be better, and I've been in that situation before, and I mean, it sucks. But now we are going to head to the other side of the spectrum. We have got the guys from Plague Doctors here, y'all.
Hello.
How are y'all feeling? An absolute banger of a match here tonight. I mean, how are y'all feeling? Y'all locked up y'all's playoff spot. I mean,
It does feel pretty good. I was a bit worried after the first map, but we turned it around, and ended in a dominating fashion.
Right? And I don't want to say, first of all, congratulations on your win. I know that was stressful. That looked so stressful. I cannot imagine playing in a situation in which it's like, oh, if you don't win, it's it. That's it, GG's, right? So really good job keeping your head in the game, just keeping it going. But I do want to talk about one thing. Colosseo, what happened there? Ryan, going absolutely crazy. Like, what was the plan going in?
There's kind of this thing on Colosseo, especially on the long tunnel, where it's just, kind of playing the lottery, just get first kill, win the fights off that. I did it once. Donk told me, hey, keep doing that. I just said, sure. So I kept doing it. It's not much more to it.
That's a pretty good plan, just, kill the enemy team. Usually works out pretty well, and obviously it did. I mean, absolutely. I'm gonna say it to you. I said it to the people from Pacfellows. I mean, this has been. I've casted a lot of matches over the past year or so. This is easily the most fun match that I've ever gotten to cast, and I just wanted, from me to y'all, that I want to thank y'all for that. And I mean, but now, what's the mentality heading into the playoffs now that you're there?
We have some things we're looking at, things we have planned. So even though we're coming in as probably the 5th seed on our ends, I don't really consider that a downside. It gives us the advantage of facing the slightly weaker teams on the enemy side as well first, so we can get our ball rolling. And once we have momentum, I don't think we're stoppable.
Right. I don't want to say congratulations on your win, Ryan, Trisky. Beautiful job on the Illari, by the way. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. I play flex support and I could never play Illari on that level. And you guys got it down on like what in like 2 days, like 1 week. Absolutely insane game today. And before we move on, because we have a lot of matches going, how are we feeling going into playoffs? Any plans? Is the team just like locked in? Like, you know what? We're just gonna let David roll it on the Junkrat and see how it goes, or how are you feeling?
I mean, I hope we can continue the upswing we've been having in the latter half of the season. We did get a map off Starstruck last week, which is a good omen, I think, for the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, it is. But you can go ahead, Biscuit. I was gonna.
Oh, it's absolutely fine. In general, it's really good seeing you guys be able to stay here. I had the pleasure of helping you guys warm up in a couple of occasions, and sorry for my team trolling on Doomfist. Other than that, I'm more than excited to see how you guys keep going and keep moving on in these losers. I think it's lower bracket run, so yes. Best of luck, because even though today was like a hard and earned victory, you have to earn the next one as well, and the next one, and the next one after that. So good luck, team. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us such a wonderful match to cast and watch. And see you later, and good luck in your playoffs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, what a match, right, man? I mean, oh my goodness. I hate that it has to end now, but I do think that is going to do it for at least me tonight. You're gonna get to see Biscuit back on the mic for the next match. But I mean, once again, I want to thank Plague Doctors, Pacfellows, BPL, and of course Biscuit for giving me this match. I mean, coming in, you see the 2 bottom seeds of the group, and you're like, that's just a throwaway match. But these teams showed that they were they put their heart out, and they absolutely gave everything that they had. And I mean, thank y'all for letting me hop on here for this match that had implications that I had no idea about when I was coming in.
Thank you very much, Fletch. And we do have the last match of the night going on today.